Wrestling has more than one royal family.
About to blow, waiting for me to start the show. Out the curtain, lights go up, I'm home. Mama said, when I was younger, hot top free better man. You took it all.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Cmoney, and I'm back with another video. And today we gotta talk about NXT last night, because NXT was pretty good last night. We have to talk about it because next week is NXT Heat Wave, and there's gonna be a bunch of cool matches there. It looks like it's gonna be a banger, bro. So banger, bro. So it looks like it's gonna be good. So I'm excited. So next week is NXT Heat Wave. So this week of NXT was pretty good. I'm sorry, I just moved the camera by accident. Because, you know, you gotta build up some matches for Heat Wave next week. So we got Ilya Dragunov is taking on Trick Williams. Carmelo Hayes is gonna defend the NXT Championship against Wesley. Because let's talk about last night in NXT, because last night they had a number one contenders match, Wesley versus Dijak, and Wesley picked up the victory over Dijak, making himself the number one contender. And Wesley, because Dirty Dominic Mysterio, guys, is the new NXT North American Champion. I don't think we talked about that, because I think that's when I was still on my break and stuff. Dominic Mysterio is the new NXT North American Champion. Yeah, and he's guys. But I mean, it is cool seeing him as champion, and he is a good bad guy. So you know, but ever since Wesley lost that championship, he's just been Wesley's been angrier. We've seen a different side of Wesley, and now he's going after Carmelo Hayes for the NXT championship. And the whole thing with Trick Williams is that Trick Williams said he's tired of being everyone seeing Trick Williams as just a sidekick. And Carmelo Hayes said, "I never saw you as a sidekick." And he's like, "I know, but everyone else does." Trick Williams is just, he didn't turn his back on Mello or anything. Trick just felt he needed to go on his own, because he just needed to prove that he was not just a sidekick. So, he kind of just got off on his own. But Trick and Mello are still cool. Trick, he just needed to go solo for now so he can prove that he's not just a sidekick. So yeah, but then the family, Tony D and Stax, won the NXT Tag Team Championships back at the Great American Bash, and yes, bro, I was so happy that they won, and they defended the belts against the Dyad, because the whole thing is that I'm not sure if we ever talked about with the Dyad and the Creed brothers. The Creed brothers were forced to leave NXT because the Dyad beat them in a loser-leave NXT match, but then the Creed brothers were fooling around in the schism. They had the yellow masks on and the jackets, and they cost the schism a 6-man tag match, in their outfits, but no one really, it's not really confirmed if it's them, because they had the mask and hoodies on, but then they pretty much, we know it's them. And the same thing happened. They cost the Dyad the match, and Tony D and Stax retain the championships. But again, we do, it's technically not 100% if it's the Creed brothers, but we know it's the Creed brothers, and everyone else does. Yeah, Schism knows too. Yeah. Blair Davenport defeated Dana Brooke, and Dana Brooke is showing this new killer instinct, she said, and she's taken Kalani Jordan, I think her name is, under her wing and almost trying to help her out. But she says, you need a killer instinct. Because recently, Dana Brooke's been showing like this killer instinct. Yeah, she tried to grab the ring bell and tried to hit Blair Davenport with the ring bell. And Kalani's like, whoa, relax. Yeah. Okay. Like, what? Just grab the ring bell. But Blair Davenport picked up the victory. Blair Davenport picked up the victory over Dana Brooke. And then, Wes Lee. Carmelo Hayes is signing like a bunch of autographs and stuff, but then Wes Lee kind of interrupts him and is like, "You haven't answered my calls, you haven't answered my texts, like, but you're too busy doing autographs." And he's like, "Hey, it's my job. I'm the champ." And he's like, "Well, the only thing you're going to be signing at the end of the night is a contract to face me at Heat Wave." And he's like, "Well, watch out because you still have to beat Dijak," which he did. But yeah, we'll talk about that. Then Dijak interrupted him and said, enjoy like because it was a picture of him with the belt. He's like, enjoy that because that's the only picture you're gonna have because I'm gonna take your belt at Heat Wave. And Carmelo Hayes says, hey, focus on beating Wes Lee before you focus on beating me. But oh yeah, Dijak and Wes Lee, a great match. Eddie Thorpe, because Eddie Thorpe and Dijak kind of had this little feud going on. Eddie Thorpe distracted Dijak, helping Wes Lee pick up the victory. And then, yeah, we'll talk about what happened at the end with Wes Lee and Carmelo Hayes at the end. But, yeah, we'll talk about what happened with them later. But then, Trick Williams defeated Drew Gulak and is ready for Ilya Dragunov. Then we have Von Wagner and Baron Corbin, because Baron Corbin actually has this, because we're like, what new, because again, at the Great American Bash, Baron Corbin debuted this new burn the ships gimmick, because remember how he burnt all of his old gimmicks and he was just being himself? So this is his new gimmick, because I don't think we ever talked about this. This is his new gimmick, like his like burn the ships gimmick and stuff, so it's honestly pretty cool, because like Corbin says it's just him being him. He could just be himself. This is himself. He burnt all of the ships. He burnt his past. Now he's just him. He's just himself. Yeah, so Von Wagner comes out and said, because Baron Corbin saying like how the NXT locker room is soft and stuff, but then Von Wagner and Mr. Stone comes out and Mr. Stone's like, whoa, watch it, because Von Wagner because Braun Breaker and Von Wagner fought last week. Braun Breaker picked up the victory, but Von Wagner powerbombed Braun through the announce table, because that's Von Wagner's new thing now, is he always powerbombs people through the table. He's like, you're gonna get tabled. That's like his new catchphrase, you're gonna get tabled. So he, even though he lost to Braun Breaker, he powerbombed Braun Breaker through the announce table. So, but Von Wagner is finally like, he's getting bigger. He's rising up and the fans are starting to like him. So good for him. Good for Von Wagner. And Von Wagner's, and Baron Corbin's talking about because Mr. Stone's like talking for him. So Baron's like, how about you let him talk? Because, he says to Von, like, you want to survive in this business, you got to know to talk on the stick. You got to learn to talk on the mic. And Von Wagner says, like, yeah, maybe it is because I don't talk much, but maybe it's you just talk too damn much. And then he's saying, like, how I don't care if, because me and you next week, I don't care if it's happy Corbin, sad Corbin, bum-ass Corbin, I ain't gotta burn a damn ship down, Corbin, or whatever he said, burn a damn ship down or something, Corbin. But he says, me and you next week, I got a reservation, a table for one, and your ass is gonna get tabled. So, so Von Wagner and Baron, and then they start to brawl. Von tries to put him through the announce table, but Corbin fights back, and then security separates them, and next week we're gonna see it. Baron Corbin, Von Wagner. So yeah, that's gonna be a fight. I'm excited. And then Braun Breaker confronted Baron, though, because he's like, I'm not done with Von yet. So, but you're having a match with him now? He's like, well, you look dumb when he put you through the table. And then he goes, look, I know you intimidate, Baron said this to Braun, you intimidate everyone around here, but you don't intimidate me. So, and Braun's like, all right, but I'll be watching you. Braun's like, I'll be watching you and Von next week. So, Breaker's probably going to get involved next week in their match. But Then let's see. Oh god, and then this Mustafa Ali talking about because he wants to be the new North American champion. So we had like this little press conference thing saying how you people deserve a good North American champion, and that's me. Yeah, it was funny though, but yeah. So and then Rhea Ripley and Dirty Dom agree because last week Rey Mysterio came to NXT and was alongside Dragon Lee by his side when Dragon Lee took on Dominic for the North American Championship. Dominic retained because, again, Dominic always has to have help from Mommy, Rhea Ripley. So, and Lyra Valkyria, who kind of took some teachings from Rhea. So Lyra Valkyria and Dragon Lee are now going to take on Rhea Ripley and Dominic next week at Heat Wave in a mixed gender tag match. That's going to be another good fight. Because, Lyra took some teachings from Rhea and stuff, but then Lyra then kicked Rhea right in the face, and now they're having a mixed tag match with Dragon Lee and Lyra Valkyria against Rhea Ripley and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Tyler Bate defeated Joe Coffey, but then Dabba-Kato came in and took out Tyler Bate. I'm sorry, no, he didn't defeat Joe Coffey. It was a double count out. I'm sorry, a double count. It was a double disqualification. I can't talk. Yes, it was a double disqualification because Dabba-Kato showed up and just attacked them both. But then he planted Tyler Bate in the middle of the ring, so we know we're probably going to see Tyler Bate and Dabba-Kato go at it. Thea Hale defeated Jacy Jane defeated Thea Hale because this whole thing was also what happened at the Great American Bash. Thea Hale lost in a submission match to Tiffany Stratton, and Tiffany Stratton retained the NXT Women's Championship because Mr. Chase threw in the towel because Tiffany Stratton had like Thea in the Boston Crab for so long, and Thea's like back was like hurting, and Mr. Chase, he just couldn't stand it. Mr. Chase had to throw in the towel. So Thea Hale never tapped out. Mr. Chase had to throw in the towel. So, and ever since then, Thea has been so pissed off at Mr. Chase, saying how, like, you threw the towel on me, you don't believe in me, like, I'm just sick of it. And Thea's just been showing this. Thea's so pissed off at Mr. Chase for throwing in the towel. And then he tried to help her because Jacy Jane exposed the turnbuckle. Mr. Chase was trying to fix it, but Thea Hale was trying to hit Jacy Jane on the exposed turnbuckle, but Mr. Chase was fixing it, so he kind of got in her way, and then it distracted her. Tiffany Stratton, oh my god, Jacy Jane rolled her up in a small package, 1, 2, 3. So Jacy Jane defeats Thea Hale, and Mr. Chase kind of, made Thea lose again. So, Thea's not too happy with Chase U, especially Mr. Chase. So, yeah, what's going to happen now? And Duke Hudson, bro, is just like, he's like on Mr. Chase's side, but then he's on Thea's side. He's like, oh, God, Duke, bro. And then Carmelo Hayes and Wesley, because Wesley, like, he knocks all of Carmelo Hayes' autographs on the floor, and he takes the table, he brings it out to the ring, and they have their contract signing, and and they're talking, because these two men have history back, because they've had a match, I think, for the North American Championship in the past, a few matches. So Wesley and Carmelo Hayes have history with each other. Wesley saying how, everyone doubted him, but he did what everyone thought he couldn't, and Carmelo Hayes, is him. So this is going to be a great match next week for the NXT Championship. They both signed it, and then Wesley jumped on the table and put both of his feet right through the table, and so oh god, it's just, and I cannot wait to see this match. It's going to be great. But I thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe for more, and NXT Heatwave next week, so stay tuned for that. But next video is going to be SmackDown reactions, which is going to be this Saturday, so stay tuned for that. But that's it, guys. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe for more, and Cmoney is out.